I say again, my principal smallness is because of my tininess. And because my hugeness is quite low. We're back with more of this game. I believe last time we had unlocked, I think, the backyard because we had found a cat chip. Oh, great. A proud tribe hostile to new arrivals. I'm sure this will go perfectly fine. There's a big plant, which promises to be either an interesting or hellish platforming challenge. I'll have to remember that I can upgrade my bubble hover in case there are just jumps that I can't make. Hello, off-rocker. Sorry, there are shadow creatures? Oh. Well, I don't need you to tell me anything about where you hid the key in the bottom of the big vivarium. That's fine. I don't need your help. Another beetle? Hmm. Yeah, so it seems like, oh, hello, we have a new form of Tinykin. But also, it seems like the mantises are a little, unnecessarily paranoid. Maybe it's because they have someone named Off-Rocker who wears a tinfoil hat as their leader. Okay. What does the dude stack do? Oh, I guess it... Oh, I can get a variable size ladder, I guess? I wonder how many of them I have to have following me. There we go. Will they return to me over time, or are they expended when I do that? I think I had a whistle. I just don't remember the controls for this game because it's been a moment. Ah, yes. There we go. So we do have to whistle to get them to stop being a ladder. Did they just stack? Yeah, they appear to stack basically infinitely. Excellent. I love building ladders. Like, unironically, building marker ladders was one of my favorite activities in school. You know, I had heavily untreated ADHD, it's true, but that's neither here nor there. You don't necessarily have to have untreated ADHD to enjoy spending hours making swords out of markers instead of paying attention in AP economics, but it helps. Alright, so I don't lose terribly much height on my soap bubble when I glide, which is nice. A lot of pollen in this house. I bet Ardwin was probably sneezing a lot. I don't have any pink Tinykin. I can't actually pick up the mail yet. I guess I'll just have to go find some pink Tinykin first. Chemistry. An ancient mantis art. Yes, they have much to teach us despite appearances. They learned it all from these books. I guess that sort of makes sense that you could get knowledge from, like, just the pictures alone. Though I have a feeling a lot of it's going to be, like... Well, actually, no, it'd be a lot of practical knowledge of sort of what's dangerous if they can understand, like, skulls and stuff. Bugs don't have skulls, they have carapaces, but... I bet these bugs know what a skull is. Just seems like something they might know. These are, quite hardy mushrooms, I must say. I wonder if this lamp will get knocked down if I jump on it. A pseudo-museum. I don't like the look in that water boatman's eyes. Oh. Yeah, so just, you know, hit the jellyfish. Hang on. Were humans getting... Was Arden trying to figure out how to make humans small? Is that why? Turn DNA into RNA only and humans would get really small. I don't think that's how it works, but I'm not sure what else that diagram means. Ah! That's pretty spooky, Gasper. But you know, they're not so bad. You might even describe them as friendly if you wanted to. Okay. I guess it wouldn't let me platform them there for some arbitrary reason. I still don't have any pink Tinykin. This is getting to be a real problem. Delicious berries. Another thing that requires pink Tinykin that I do not have. You know, it's funny how, well, I guess I am lighter than everything else, because I was going to say that it is funny how the green Tinykin can lift Milo, but they can't lift any objects. But Milo has proven himself to be small enough that he can surf around on a piece of soap and glide with a soap bubble. So, like, pretty observably light as far as it goes, you know? Plus, I don't think I really need to nitpick the Pikmin, like, for gameplay consistency. Huh. So it seems like maybe the mantises have a little bit of an understanding of Arduin that the others don't. But also, like, they can't come here to come look at all this stuff because you guys are, like, outsider. Rawr. You guys start, like, gurgling with fury the second you see someone who's not a mantis. I can't say I feel particularly welcome as far as things go. Alright. Hit this back, whatever it is. Alright, book has some delicious pollen in it. Because with the amount of height that I actually retain with the soap glider, it gives me a great deal more mobility than I actually expected. Sure, why not? I guess, huh. Yeah, shield bugs are everywhere outside. They smell like cilantro. I think it's interesting that they're now, like, looking for the source of the canticle in their heads, you know? No, they're onto something here. I can tell you they're onto something. Super Gargantomegasaurus. Okay. Yeah, I've already got it. The aquarium? Oh, good, they're doing bowing. I bet that's normal. Those plants look mean. Boink. Can't get up there yet. Or at least not from this angle. Can get over here, though. Oh! Oh! One of the assistants. How convenient. I should have soapboarded on that. I'm a fool. Well, I survived. Oh, go, no. Oh, I just explode if I touch water. Good to know. Wow. I'm beginning to think that Melodane is actually just full of air. Is the joke that we're a professor and we're full of hot air? So we were right about this being the origin of humanity, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not the Dutch, but you know, we don't know where Ardwin was from, so it's entirely possible. He could be British, he could be French, he could even be Dutch. We simply don't know. Well, that was convenient. Oh, hang on. All right, I can ladder and then throw Tinykin. Good to know. I think I'm going to need a substantially larger ladder to get inside of that tank, though. Yeah. I need more lads. It's quite a problem to have. Excellent. Just hold that pose for as long as you boys feel you need to, you know? Oh. Pretty sweet wicker couch that he had in here, too. You know, for a weird scientist that I think shrank humanity, this guy's got some taste in furniture. That thing's probably hell to try and dust. Dusting wicker furniture is a nightmare. I've had recurring nightmares about dusting wicker furniture, but it keeps getting dustier and dustier, and then like I try to use a little bit of water, but then the dust keeps showing up, and it's just awful. Hi, I would like to offer you a ban from my chat. Since that won't show up on the VOD, I don't think we had a delightful spam bot. That's how you know you truly made it, you know? It's not when you earn partner, it's not when you earn affiliate, none of that shit. Redeems, emotes, no. It's when people come into your chat and offer you reasonably priced followers that will not be detected by the moderators. I have a feeling that most of those websites probably have, like, some way that you can pretty publicly tell if you used them, though. What? Running low on Ardwin actually does this stuff? Or are you just insane? Because you don't appear to be wearing the tinfoil hat that would denote that you are a conspiracy theorist. Maybe we will in fact meet an Ardwin. That would be interesting, I think. Oh, hey, we don't even need to get a ladder to get into this side of the aquarium. Oh, it's sandy in here. I really hope there's not like a big lizard in here that tries to eat me. Okay. Have something to drink. You're really getting on my nerves. Hallucinating that you're the sun god. Demanding baleful tribute. Screaming at the cactus automaton that is, for some reason, over here. Cactus crunch, baby. I'm gonna have to remember that I actually have a pretty good deal of verticality to my motions now. I have a deployable boy ladder. Fertilizer bags. Fertilizer bags. I wonder what the mantises are using fertilizer for. Are they growing things, or are they, like, using it for chemistry? Okay, I got hit from this side. Alright. Door's open. Don't know what this key is for, but I'm sure it'll come in handy. You know, whenever my brain highlights something bright pink, it usually means that it's relevant to my quest. Anyway, I'm actually going to go up here. Hello. Snail! What? Why is there a snail here? Oh. Off-rocker... Huh. Oh boy, silverfish. I will say silverfish are my least favorite insect. I think they look kind of creepy when they're just out and about. And they destroy books, which isn't very cool. Though I suppose in this game their designs are alright, because I think that one right there was meant to be a silverfish. Okay, actually, what's up with all the snails? This is weird. I'm gonna find out that snails are like dogs. you know, this universe's version of dogs now that everyone is bugs and bug-sized. Okay. Well, anyway, while you guys are arguing about race philosophy, I'm going to go over here to the general store. Mauve? What? Okay. Well, you don't need to be mean, just because I don't have a compound eye. Shadow creatures? I don't think I've seen any shadow creatures. I'm trying to think. It's been a while since last stream, but I do not recall any shadow creatures. Oh, the Mantis Matriarch said to let us through. I wonder why. I guess the ox beetles only have a few seconds memory. I guess that's fair enough, because they do sometimes fling their mates off of branches when they get confused. Hello, Ipatar. It seems like the mantises outside care quite a lot about the opinions of others. Okay. Make mistakes even if you come across as weird. That's good life advice. Guillotine is the blade. Okay. Okay. But yeah, you know, I think it's pretty good advice that you should generally not worry about coming across as weird, because everyone around you is a judgmental jerk. But they're not gonna do anything about it, you know? Like, the worst they're gonna do is think you're cringe, because if they say anything to you, they're an asshole, because at the end of the day, like, you should just try and be yourself and be normal, and anyone who says otherwise is, like, provably just being an asshole, you know? So, you know, people who do judge you and say it out loud are assholes, and anyone who judges you otherwise, it doesn't matter, because they're thinking it in their head and not doing anything about it. And, like, that's at the absolute worst, you know? I'm going around throwing explosives everywhere and making friends with the horrible Pikmin creatures that everyone seems to be mildly off-put by. So, you know, what's the worst that could happen to any one of us in our day-to-day, you know? Ooh, a letter. The silverfish are not very good at mail service, which makes me wonder why they're in charge of the mail service. Need more pollen. Always more pollen for my delicious soap bubbles. geez. Overt hostilities. Ow. Yeah? Okay. I guess that entire top head is a hitbox. But at least I got an achievement for my humiliation. Yeah, pull that man's snonker closed. Ooh. He's got a nice mustache now. Don't like that you were getting used to a cadaverous smell. That's generally agreed to be kind of strange, but, you know. I suppose mantises are meat eaters, technically. Just, you know, very small meat. Actually, it occurs to me that most of these insects, you know, if they wanted to, might eat me. That's probably fine. So, I think there was a letter somewhere around here that I forgot. Because I did not have a pink Tinykin, and so my weak Danish arms could not carry the letter. I'm trying to remember where it was. Was it back around these books? Is it up another level? Let's find out. No. I feel like I'm forgetting the location of a letter. But I couldn't for the life of me tell you where it was. Now that I have been far away from it for so long. In my, search for pink Tinykin. These, pull that. You know, collectathon things. Press the button, pull the lever, make it happen. Oh, we made the entire plant bloom. How lovely. I guess one of the better sources of pollen would in fact be getting a plant to bloom, huh? I don't think the plants like it if you, what's the word here? Pull on them? Yeah, I don't know why pulling on this one made it bloom. Maybe this is one of those new kinds of plants where they love being, like, pulled and yanked and Devil May Cry combo. Basil 2, this time it loves to be beaten into pesto even more. God, can you imagine a more effective basil? What would become of the human race? Are the snails the watch for the mantises? It's weird that I'm already technically a hero of the other kingdom. How did the silverfish fuck up badly enough that there's mail up here? That's truly impressive, is what that is. I mean, they seem to know things about plants. Like, they don't like it when you cut them. That's actually pretty solid plant keeping advice. You know, they like it a lot more than I would say, like, most things made out of meat like it. But generally speaking, plants do not, in fact, like it when you cut them. No, there is the whole process of grafting, which is pretty interesting. You know, you can make any plant another plant with enough effort, or so I'm told. Or close to any plant another plant. Okay. I think that was a Matrix. I think they're doing a Matrix based on his name. It's been a while since I've watched The Matrix. Sorry, Mr. Snail. I think I heard someone once describe snails as very funny because of the fact that they can just kind of say nope and turn their eyes off. And I'm inclined to agree. Okay, a shortcut that doesn't lead me back across the horrible carnivorous plants. Excellent. My lovely, lovely moth assistants. I know you are not my assistants, technically speaking, but I appreciate you nevertheless. Yeah, I can imagine this area being a lot more difficult if I didn't have 3 soap bubbles, because I don't think I have to technically have 3 by this point. I could just come here with 2. Sounds a little bit like suffering. Oh, you want another ring pop? Yeah? Another savior of the downtrodden? Did you push them over? Like, I'm not gonna tell anyone if you pushed them over. But did you push them over? Yeah, this is what I was talking about. I have that many soap bubbles. I will do this. I will do this thing for you. You will see me glide. Yeah? Oh dear. I mismanaged that one because my camera got funky. Oof. Nope. Dang. Nope. Maybe a little farther? Can I get... Nope. Lost a little too much height. Maybe if I just mash it. No, I lose too much height if I just mash it, but I get a little extra distance if I mash it at first. Difficult. Woof. Okay. So some of those, when they say you need 3 in order to make a glide, they mean like you need to feel the power and the rhythm in the movement of your body, is what they mean. Sorry, Milo. It was easiest if you died there. Sometimes you just beef a jump, you know? Alright, wall destroyed. Or gliding. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, we're not gonna make that one. How did I get up there before? Eh. Oh yeah, I had to go through from like over there. Great. Shoot. Alright, okay. There we go. Forgot about that specific loose brick. Here you go. Can I have a gift, maybe? Who are you going to feed with this ring? Are you going to eat it, or are you going to buy food with it? What is this exactly? Oh. Huh. One of the museum artifacts. I'm not going to ask how you got that. I have an idea, but I'm not going to ask. It seems rude. You know, if you know someone's a criminal, I mean, defender of the innocent, bulwark of the weak, etc., etc. Justicar of the righteous. Definitely not a pusher of muskox beetles. This must be well understood. Do I have enough height to get in there now? Let's find out. Right. Nope. I do not. Unless I do. Yeah? Not allowed? Okay, fair enough, Milo. Yeah, I don't have enough jump height. I think I'd need one extra green Tinykin. Which I'm not sure where are. Probably down around ground level more. Sorry for throwing a bunch of fucking bombs in the pub again, everyone. Huh. I guess the bugs outside are fertilizing? It's just bread with seeds, okay. Yeah. I'm sure it is, buddy. Alright, open the front gate. Those are the last few guys I needed. Those eggs are not for you, they are only for Milo Dance. Oh, hey! I'm gonna try not to cook myself on that when I go collect that pollen ball, but I have a feeling now that I've said that I'm going to. Oh. Well, at least cooking is not instant death. Ah. So this greenhouse has sunlight access. Okay. We have a snail cult. Lavecraft, Hayward, and Phyllis? Yeah, okay. Howard Philip Lovecraft. Okay. And the snail Asafoff. Okay. I don't know if the mantises are dealing with the apparent disappearance of Ardwin so well. But then that other one mentioned the fertilizer, so where are they getting the fertilizer from? Tomatoes are hemlock. But yeah, I don't know if all insects should be eating hemlock. Oh, hello. Ebrietes? I will not respect the snails. I am going to jump on them. Yin and Yang. Well, gotta start them young. Hey. Okay, they don't care if I jump on the snail. Just chilling? Alright, they're just enjoying the dust over there, I guess. Not something I would expect them to do, considering that Didomacetus Earth is bad for bugs, but... Beepus. Without Doomiz, Beepus would have to drink water. A sentence. I don't think Doomiz has, like, sugar in it. I would have to hazard a guess that's, like, the kind of corn syrup that makes your brain like Call of Duty. I suspect it's because of all of the brominated vegetable oil that's allowed to be in Mountain Dew in America. Bromine just, you know, it makes you like sick no-scopes and hate women. Come on. There we go. Okay. We can finally probably get inside of this tank. Very helpful of them to give you, not enough explosive Tinykin to clear the obstacle once you're inside of the tank. That's pretty funny. You'd have to be speedrunning pretty hard to get here without, well in excess of the number of explosive Tinykin you need, because I'm pretty sure they give you more of them than you actually require. I haven't been using all of them in every level, at least, and I thought I was pretty thorough in the Paladin's realm, at least. There is a shortcut there that I should probably get. Just to have it. Thank you, little man. I appreciate your bra. And some mail. And a snail. Snail mail. But this mail is getting there fast on a grind rail. last. And the last letter is actually over here. I remember now. It was down by ground level. Alright. Where have we neglected so far? I feel like we may have neglected some areas because of my sort of outwards in method to approaching levels. I think we're pretty good. There's the archaeology that we need to go turn in. You know, bones, also known as archaeology. All bones contain varying amounts of archaeology. The older and more finely aged a bone is, the more archaeology it contains. Sometimes if it gets old enough, it becomes paleontology, and that's where you get the real value. Frog! Please call it the frog. Why did you have this? This isn't right. There should only be one of these for Milodane. If that pin board over there is to be believed. Alright. Down we go. You know, I could open the funnel, but I will not yet. Just gonna collect some more pollen. I don't know if that will be all of the pollen in the area, or if that's enough pollen for another milestone. I'm wondering if there are multiple milestones of pollen in each area that you can obtain for even more bubble capacity. God, I caught that. I think it might just be... That's all of the pollen that's in this room, which I don't think I'll be able to actually get all of. Always very helpful when games like this have a very obvious delineation of when you're going to start taking fall damage. The shadows are not coming. Chill out. Off Rocker, you're being weird. Huh? Okay, well, I'm gonna take this cone while you think about life in the house and all that stuff. If there are shadow creatures, I'm sure that they mean you nothing but harm. And that'll be pretty funny. Anyway, we'll be leaving with this cone. Very funny how the Tinykin just kind of, chuck the artifact into the vent because they're technically not allowed to leave the room by the in-universe rules of the game. What is this funnel going to be used for exactly? I'm very curious. Ah, it wasn't so bad. I guess the funnel keeps the flag erect. Scissors of the city. Well, I guess I can become the most worthy citizen. You know what? How long could that possibly take? Like 15, 16 hours? Anyway, I have more artifacts. Financed by the dragonflies. Huh. Okay, so tell me about the sculpted knowledge. So yeah, Ardwin was like a genetic engineer. Maybe he was trying to shrink people and like enhance the intelligence of bugs. So that's why all these bugs say that he's the creator. I guess a sting for, you know, insects that don't have stings. Oh. I wonder if Ardwin eventually became the size, like he became the first subject of his own experiment and then became the size of a bug. And then had to teach them the ways of not doing war. Oh, the brewery, right. Already getting ahead of myself. Had to headbutt the kalimba just to see, you know. It's fair enough that it doesn't work when I headbutt it. That would be, probably pretty annoying to have to actually make happen. I don't have my green Tinykin anymore, so I can't just ladder up to the other level where the brewery is. But, hang on. Am I losing it? Oh, the brewery was on the first floor. I'm a goob. Oh, am I gonna have to find you in Foliana to hand in the pollen? I suppose I should look around in Foliana once I'm back in there. Ah, flooded tunnel. You know I die when I touch water, right? Ah, there you are. My friend. I don't think you make nectar out of pollen, as I've previously said. Thank you for the bubble. We appreciate another bubble. Alright, down we go. Oh, excellent. It may be flooded, but we will not have to watch Milodane's head explode again unless I fail at platforming. Quick bubble aptitude check. Oh no! Balnea! The poop zone! Clorox. Clorox and party poopa? What did you do? Are there nocturnal bugs who are just partying in here and you guys can't sleep? I'm gonna try to not fall into the toilet, but you never know what could happen. What's the big mistake, Party Poopa? You could have just asked them not to do that. You could have been like, hey, could you keep it down a little? Have a headphone rave, perhaps? Okay, I will. But only because I am handsome and powerful and cool, and you have to admit it on film. No. I need to go find Tinykin. I feel alone without them. Alright, I have to enter the toilet. They gave me the option. Does the toilet just lead? Oh. The toilet leads to Foliana. I have to crawl out of the toilet to enter Balnea. Fair enough, fair enough. It was worth checking, you know? It was either the entrance to Foliana or there was gonna be a toilet secret. I'll take a recompense. That usually means loot. Oh, I have no more explosive Tinykin right now. Ah, Jack and Rose. Yeah? Okay. We're doing the Jack and Rose and the piece of the Titanic's wainscoting joke. Because it's not a door, it's a piece of decorative wainscoting. Like, to be a pretentious jerk about it. I wonder why Arduin's symbol appears to be a Phillips head screwdriver. Oh. So you guys like to clean in the morning? I mean, I guess the coprophages of the house would in fact keep it clean even now. You might want to keep that candle away from the giant stack of tissue paper. From the color of the tissue paper, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like explosively combustible. Excellent. We can open the lid. I don't think I have enough green Tinykin to get in there, though. Or do much of anything. Alright, let's check out the new boys. Hello. They seem pretty relaxed. I guess they conduct electricity? Ah. You can connect the Tinykin together like what? And do they just live there now? Yeah, they just live there forever now, huh? Yeah, I guess they are living a life of being perpetually electrocuted for their own pleasure. That's kind of weird. But whatever, you know, I'm a living power plant. I'm also technically being perpetually electrocuted for my own pleasure. It's fine. Ew. Makeup remover mirrors. Oh, not mirrors, swabs. Those things are gross. Never want it. Those are, I think, the used thing, other than, like, menstrual devices that I want to be near the least, you know? Like, because there might be earwax on that. There might be nose. Ugh. Gross. Huh? Yeah, sorry, I don't have enough Tinykin for that still, actually. I can't help you make your incredibly lame Titanic reference. Yeah, Pikmin 4 is looking a little bit different. They lost a lot of polygons on the main characters. And they're being a lot more explicit about it being Earth, you know? In the intro, our main character mentioned that it was Earth. I think that honestly might have just been the makers of this game. Like, the reason that this whole game's story is about, like, ah, yes, I believe I have found the origin of Earth. You know, the origin of humans on Earth. Like, I think that literally might just be because the makers of this game were tired of Pikmin being, like, coy about it being Earth. Yeah, it's a pretty good game so far. I only know about it because I follow Devolver Digital and Team 17 on Steam, and I believe this was a Team 17 game published by Devolver. One of the two, because they're basically two of the big publishers that I sort of get my game recommendations from as they release stuff. And I thought it looked pretty good. I will say it's not really Pikmin-like. There's not very much combat. It is much more of a collect-a-thon. Like, it's mostly just using the different Tinykin to, like, solve puzzles and shit. To do things for people. Things of that nature. It's a lot of doing chores for bugs. No. No errands for Big Chungus yet. Though I'm holding out for hope we might see some, like, mammals, like dogs and cats and stuff. It's mostly just been actual insects. Dung beetles and roly-polies and stuff. Huh. Well, good to know, first of all, that Ardwin has a low-flow, high-flow variable toilet. And also, I'm glad that they played a sound effect when I jumped on that button. I would have been pretty upset if they hadn't. Especially after, in the first area, there was a little kalimba thumb piano that made the noise when I jumped on it. I'm still wondering if these are candles or if they're literally putting wicks in Baby Bell cheese wheels and burning those. I don't know if you could use cheese as a candle like that. Just topping off all of my candles with melted cheese to give my house the most interesting smell possible. Okay, I think if I reconnect that vent, that's going to actually be story progress. So I'm going to avoid doing that for as long as possible. Especially because I haven't been to that sink, among other places. Cannot land on top of the door frame, good to know. I wasn't going to be able to get up to that platform on the other side anyway, but... weird that they take turns cleaning up if they also eat filth. Are you guys in a constant state of rationing? Yeah, they managed the 2D on 3D style in this game really well. I was honestly, like, really pleased with the visual style of this game once I saw it in action. Huh. Character named Benker, telling me to be careful with my power, huh? 'Cause it has great responsibility, huh? This game is, I will say, full of some extremely dated references in addition to some of their more timeless ones. You know, I would say Spider-Man's a pretty timeless reference, but they definitely did make a Game of Thrones reference, and, you know. Let's just say I haven't seen as many people excited for the new Game of Thrones series as I have about the old Game of Thrones series. In fact, it's almost like no one's talking about it. I have no idea what to say. I'm sorry. You should probably... that's actually really funny. Alright, I'll leave. I haven't seen any Game of Thrones either. I'm aware of some of, like, the more violent bits of it, and they don't really interest me just based on them alone. I've seen some of the fight scenes, and they were kind of too much for me. Yeah, anime's pretty good. I've been working on watching through The Great Pretender on Netflix. I'm a big fan of heist media and, like, con media, and so I end up watching a lot of heist anime. There's not a lot of heist anime, so I don't end up watching a lot of anime in general, but mostly when I do, it's a very specific subgenre. Didn't One Piece end recently? Like after a very, very long time of just running? I know I'm not terribly into One Piece. My roommate was apparently one of the people who got so into One Piece that they just started watching it out of obligation. Wow, still going. I thought that they were getting close to the wrap-up after that 1,000 episode point. I don't think I could dirty that water any more than it's already been dirtied. Two more arcs. Well, you know, that's closer to the end than I expected. Damn.
King of Bozos
thank
one
you.
is following Dog Tent. Their hard drive is going to fill with slime.
You are following the dog tent, though, so your hard drive is going to fill with slime. I'm sorry about that in advance. It just comes through the wires. We don't know how. Hell yeah, free slime. You know, I appreciate someone who can take free slime in stride. Okay, so I think there's more stuff up above the toilet tank that I could get to. Again, I'm basically going to do everything I possibly can to avoid specifically making progress until I've gotten everything in here. Also, very intriguing that apparently Ardwin, the guy who owned this house, was a good enough scientist to, like, you know, do a bunch of genetic research on bugs and shit, according to, like, notes in the other room. But also, he has sponges between, like, the pipe and the wall to make sure that water doesn't leak onto the floor, because he, I assume doesn't want to get a plumber. Like, that's the only explanation I can give for all of those sponges being there. I'll just add more sponges and that will solve the problem. Well, you know, sponges are the opposite of water. It's like Minecraft. McCrabs. What? What? No, I don't need the McCrabs. Sorry, do the bugs have the McRib? What? I cannot believe that the bugs have the McRib. Like, of all of the horrible things that we could have imported into insect culture, good God. Also, that's exciting. Modded Minecraft used to be my jam back in the day. I tried going back to it recently, and I was surprised by all the quality of life that people have. Because, like, all of the mods have, like, a book or a hotkey that brings up a menu that tells you, like, the stuff you can craft and the stuff you can do and all that shit now. And I remember, like, the days of Risugami's mod loader, and it's like, oh yeah, you have to change the IDs of every modded item you add to the game, because if you don't, they'll start overriding one another and just breaking. And now, you know, all the mod loaders just, like, do that shit for you. It's a weird coincidence that you bring up Pixelmon, because I actually just finished Scarlet and Violet today. It was a lot more complicated than it is now. Now you just get to press buttons, which is fucking incredible. Like, it's so easy to install Minecraft mods. I mean, I think that's generally for the better, because it makes the mods more accessible. So, like, you know, people can enjoy them. It was really hard to justify playing around with some of the mods back in the days that were, like, purposefully proud of the fact that they were incompatible with, like, all of the other popular mods. See, I experienced a lot of very minor bugs with Scarlet and Violet. The game is definitely crusty, and I had it crash twice over the course of playing it, but if you can deal with it being crusty because Game Freak can't stop releasing games for some goddamn reason, it's not awful. But it's definitely one of those things, like, if you're going for, like, you want the most polished experience possible, you're probably not gonna get it. And I really wish that Game Freak would just, like, stop pushing games out so quickly because I wasn't even done with Legends Arceus in its entirety when they started, you know, announcing Scarlet Violet and building up Scarlet Violet and showing off Fuecoco and Quaxley and all that stuff. The multiplayer is really good, though. If you just want to get it for playing multiplayer Pokemon with your friends, I can highly recommend it just for the multiplayer, because I've been enjoying playing it a lot with my friends. I would say definitely, if you're on the fence about it from what you've seen already, give it a little bit, because the most noticeable kind of crust is that, like, low poly models will pop in sooner than they should, and low resolution animations will pop in sooner than they should. So, like, you'll see students in the background that are animating kind of slowly and weirdly, and, like, you'll run up to a Pokemon and it'll look like it's made out of fucking 3 polygons before it loads in. But it's not like... It wasn't terribly distracting for me. I enjoyed the game, and as far as like Pokemon gameplay goes, I think it's the most playable Pokemon has ever been. I actually am working on completing the Pokedex for once, rather than just ignoring doing that, because I had this problem with completing the Pokedex, where like completing the Pokedex in basically every other game wasn't fun, in my opinion, because you had to stand around in the tall grass and get into random encounters, and you would just have to encounter Pokemon until you found one that you had never encountered before. But in Scarlet Violet, you can just run around attacking shit, especially because you have the Let's Go button, which sets out your Pokemon to just auto-battle for you, and if it's way higher level, it'll just instantly win and get experience. So I'm always kind of confused by people who talk about like, they're making Pokemon too easy these days. EXP share is always on by default. Oh, this is awful. Because like, I want EXP share to be on by default. I don't want the game to take longer. That's boring. Okay, so all of the good stuff is over in here. Why does Ardwin have a bathroom that's just a toilet and a sink? Yeah, we have to help you unpoop the party. No more dung beetles in the atrium, huh? Alright, I guess I have to do more bug heroics as always. I guess if I want to continually be lauded as a hero, I have to actually be a hero or whatever. More mail. I was wondering why the other bathrooms seem to be so sort of sparsely populated with stuff. I guess because a lot of the actual platforming level is over here. Oh. Well, had to see that animation again. That's always great. Is there just not water on Milodane's planet, or does he just hope that he doesn't get rained on? Okay. He looks like he's having a normal one. Oh boy, I need a lot of blue Tinykin if I want to link that up. according to the game, because our main character has a bunch of fancy space technology in his jacket, he can't get wet or else it overloads and shocks him to death, apparently. Which is represented by if I touch water, my head inflates and then explodes. There's no blood, but you can see why I'm a little jarred by the experience of watching our poor boy Milodane get electric chaired by his own coat. Yeah, hell of a way to die. Oh, we've turned on the heater. I don't know if that helps us terribly. Maybe... No, it doesn't even blow me in any interesting direction. Oh. I don't know, maybe I somehow completed a side quest by doing that. I keep accidentally completing side quests occasionally. Buddy. Huh. Got a little bit sticky on the ladder there, not sure what that was. Okay. Toy boat. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. Toy boat. I've never understood the appeal of tongue twisters. They've always just made me feel a little bit silly because, like, I can either do them very well, and then I kind of laugh at the people who thought they were going to be difficult for me, or then I can't do them at all and I feel like a real idiot, and so I just feel bad. So, like, what's really the point of a tongue twister other than to make one of the people in the conversation feel bad? You know, I've never been sitting around with a friend and just been like, you know what, we should do a tongue twister. Say toy boat 10 times. I don't know, maybe because I don't use these genius conversation starters, I don't have more genius conversations. I used to yeah, no, for me to assert dominance back in the day, it was that I could pat my head and rub my stomach at the same time, because I had the bodily coordination to do that. Okay, so we're gonna have to knock over the bottle of bubble bath. And reconnect the radio. Jeez. I have a lot of friends who do that as well. It always frustrates the fuck out of me because I play a lot of horde shooters with my friends. And they'll just, you know, like, Payday 2 or Vermintide or something, and they'll just fucking get better than me at the game overnight because they have more time to play games than me. Or at least they did back in the day. I have a little bit more time for games now that I stream a little bit more often now, but... You know, I would be level 25 after a couple hours of playing. It's like, okay, time to stop for the night because I have work tomorrow. And then my friends would come back to me and be like, hey, I'm Infamy 7, just so you know. We're going to be running some all-stealth tactics tomorrow to power level you so that we can play on Death Wish. And it's like, what? When did this happen? Alright, back up here. Back down there. Oh god, yeah, no, being the friend who like gets downloads in fighting games is scary as fuck. Like, it's cool when you're that person, but it's also scary to be that person because there is a chance that if you're too good at any given fighting game, no one wants to fucking play with you. Like, I know that that's sort of like the eternal complaint about fighting games, but I think that's because it's a legitimately true complaint. Like, you know, even if you're trying to be a good sport, like sometimes I feel like I can accidentally slip into being a bad sport just because I want to use all of my power to make it a good fight. I had one of my friends tell me once that I played like an AI. Doom is bread sounds kind of weird. Like, I think you can make soda bread, but usually that's with like baking soda and not like soda. Yeah, like, I found at a certain point, like, it is just a matter of, like, do I want to play the game, or do I want to be the best fucking, like, Sephiroth player in the chat, you know? And I'll have to play bad characters in Smash, or bad characters in Street Fighter and shit, just so I don't get fucking dunked on. Or not dunked on, like, in-game, but dunked on in the sense of I lose all my friends. The ultimate dunk of social isolation. Yeah, you do in fact have to clean up after every party, so you guys should probably let the dung beetles back in here before you guys die of no party. Like, the dung beetles will starve if they don't get the trash, but you know, I don't think anything will really happen if you guys can't party. Who knows? Yeah, playing on randoms is also a good solution to that problem. I never get good at, like, certain characters, though. Like, Smash, for instance, like, I've never really been all that good at any of the Samuses. It's just something about them, like, doesn't work in my brain. Okay, I'm gonna go deliver these presents to the different bugs. Who do I main in Smash? That's a great question. For a really long time, it was Joker. Just because Joker, like, made sense to my brain. I play a lot of character action games like Devil May Cry, and Bayonetta and stuff, and Joker... After they nerfed the ever-loving hell out of Bayonetta, Joker was kind of the closest you could get. After Sephiroth came out, I tried to get into playing Sephiroth, but at that point, like, all of my friends had kind of lost interest in Smash because they had either started playing, Animal Crossing New Horizons, or, they had been following the Smash community close enough that they saw all of those people go down for, like, being fucking awful people. So, my friend group fell out of Smash right as Sephiroth came out, but I would have mained Sephiroth if I had gotten the chance, you know? Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't like playing Smash alone. When I try to play Smash online, like, This is gonna sound silly, but I get, like, really anxious trying to play video games online because I feel like something bad is going to happen if I lose. Like, I'm able to enjoy Splatoon a lot because, I don't get it as much because it's the silly haha paintball game. But, like, if I play stuff like League of Legends, or, like, if I play, like, Counter-Strike, or like, Smash Online, there's, like, some part of me that's just like, oh, you gotta be ready. Because if you lose, it's on in real life, motherfucker. They're coming. I haven't given Multiversus a try yet, despite the fact that, like, everything that I've seen about Multiversus looks like it fucking owns. You know, just like... I like, people meme on the game for having Rick and Morty and fucking, like... who's the most recent edition that was memed on? I'm trying to remember. I know it was the Nickelodeon game's the one that has Garfield, I'm pretty sure. But like, they have fucking Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, fucking Rick and Morty, like all of these very, you know, memed on characters, but at the end of the day, that's what I want. That's what I want from Smash. Like, I don't want another Fire Emblem character, I want a meme. We want Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. No, exactly. You want Shaggy to have a Super Saiyan Bravery mode where he gets like super armor, because he gets super armor in that form, right? Like, believe it or not, I do in fact want to see Shaggy fight LeBron. And thanks to the fucking magic of Multiversus, I can have that. Like, what's the point of having another fighting game with a bunch of serious characters who punch one another? We already have, like, Tekken and Street Fighter if you want, like, my name is Brian Kilgrave. I have a cybernetic hand that I use to grab women's boobs. Oh, I have to fix the radio, huh? I have a feeling that old Edison here might in fact do the thing that Edison was known for. Though I don't think he can steal a patent on the Tinykin. They do only seem to respond to me. Where actually is the radio? Oh, it's all the way over there, huh? Wow. Top 500. Shit. That's incredible. Like, it's so strange when you find out that, like, you're in the high stats of a fighting game. I've never been in that position because I have never been terribly good at fighting games. But I remember I was watching a YouTuber once who just out of nowhere mentioned, like, oh yeah, by the way, just so you guys know, I'm like the best Mercy player in North American Overwatch. Just like no big deal or anything. And he never mentioned it again, and like, the dude never talks about playing Overwatch. He doesn't stream Overwatch, he doesn't like make Overwatch content. But he's just like, oh yeah, just so you guys know, I'm like top 500 out of like all Mercy players in Overwatch. And then another YouTuber I watch that just mentioned out of nowhere they were just completely cracked at a game that I played I was watching a compilation video where it was just like some meme YouTuber who was like, you know, making a sort of funny random moments compilation video. You know, they all have their own like gimmick name that they use, like Lobby Shenanigans or, you know, funny dumb Tekken moments or whatever. And he just casually mentioned he was the #1 player of Tekken in Ireland. And I have to wonder, like, that's not a zero number of people. Like, there's at least a few people playing Tekken in Ireland. But it was so weird to have a random meme YouTuber just mention out of nowhere that he ranked among like the top in the nation for a fighting game. Yeah, no, it's always out of nowhere. Like, I've noticed it extends to even, like, engineers and stuff. Like, you'll find engineers who, like, worked on NASA projects and shit, and they'll just bring it up and be like, oh, yeah, I worked on a NASA project once, you know, just so you know. And it's like, wow, okay, you didn't feel like you should have mentioned that when I talked about how, I'm a professional games YouTuber? Like, how my greatest aspiration in life is to review movies for weirdos on the internet? Like... I see the scale here where we have where a space program does not rank. Now, I have a couple of friends that have gone to tourney in their own states, and it's just funny hearing them talk about their tourney days, because otherwise, like, they just don't do stuff at a tournament level. And I don't mean that, like, as a slam. They just don't focus on things with, like, the weird intensity you need to be a #1, like, money-winning tournament winner.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Not even that they're good, but not good enough, but just, like, usually when you want to, like, be on the tournament scene in a big way, you know, it takes, like, all of your focus. Like, you have to do basically nothing but be on the tournament scene and, like, go to local tourneys and, like, tweet about fighting games if you want to, like, make it or whatever. But I have a couple friends who just mentioned, like, oh yeah, I almost made it big as, like, a Smash, you know, tourney fighter back in the day. I was making like $500 a month doing Smash tourneys, just playing Smash. And it's so fucking weird. Cause, like, you know, that I think that takes a respectable hustle, I guess. The squishy crab? Ew. Wait a second. Okay. We're doing an extended SpongeBob reference. 14th out of 800. That's pretty good considering, like, probably the best sort of tournament standing that I can attest to is that I once managed to troll my way to the top of a chess tournament in elementary school. Because as it turns out, you can timer scam in some chess tournaments if you have more pieces than your opponent and you just don't let them take any more until you run out of time. I had a decently respectable Tetris high score for a little while. I used to play Tetris at speed 10 up to like 300,000 points. You know, I have interacted with a decent amount of VR stuff. It has quite literally never occurred to me that you can play chess in VR chat. I've only been able to play VR chat in short amounts because I get very anxious around other people and they can talk back to me, like, vocally. But, you can just play board games in VR chat, huh? Like, it's easy to think of VR chat as not having anything to do in it because of what it is, but, like, there is stuff you can do in it. Like, a lot of stuff. Alright, an Aladdin reference. Well, I can in fact glide for at least 4 bubbles. See, that's the thing. I always am worried that people are judging me for whatever I'm doing, is the thing. Like, I'll just be, like, I'll be playing a multiplayer game, and I'll drop a combo, and I'll just think, like, oh, everyone in this lobby thinks that I'm a horrible asshole for doing that. Or, like, I'll use the same combo too much, and it's like, oh, they think I'm some sort of scrub asshole who's just button mashing. And, like, they probably don't. They're probably just playing the game. You know? But I think because I used to be kind of toxic back when I was a teenager, like my brain just expects everyone to constantly be toxic to me. Yeah, I've always been kind of resigned to, like... Well, not resigned to, but I've always been personally fairly comfortable with the fact that, like, some people will just not like me. But that was also because in school, like, I had a lot of people who called me a lot of words that I can't say on Twitch. That's a relatable anxiety, I suppose. It's not as easy as it was back in the day, I feel like, and I don't mean like back in the 50s or whatever. I mean like back in the early thousands, back when TF2 still cost money. Like, I made most of my friends just by adding random people from TF2 games that I talked to. Like, quite a large amount of my friend group I only have just because of, like, you know, voice chat in shooter games that I now don't play because people online are too good at them and too mean to me. Because there's gonna be some Russian teenager screaming "Suka bliat" at me because I don't know what it means to rush B. I got okay at TF2, and then I never really got good at any other team-based shooter. I was okay at Roadhog and Overwatch, and then they changed Roadhog. So, then I was bad at Roadhog. You know, the creator could start by saying hi to your boy. That stinks, because TF2, I think TF2 as far as games go is pretty good. Like, there are some mid-team shooters out there, and I'm not gonna start slinging words around because I don't wanna, you know, name a team shooter that someone might be partial to. But, like, TF2 is pretty okay. Four bubbles to glide to the end of the machinery, huh? Alright, so that's a spike. Oh boy, this is gonna be one of these, isn't it? Ah. All right. I don't think laundry presses are like this on the inside. Or at least I don't think they should be. It's weird. I tried to get back into TF2 recently, and I wasn't actually able to do it, despite my best efforts. And I don't want to say it's because people just got better at TF2. I think it's literally just that, like, they added too much stuff to TF2. So now I have to know what every weapon does, and I just don't want to learn them anymore. Like, back in the day, I had infinite energy for learning, like, oh, this is the extinguisher, this is the escape plan. This one mini crits when you're on fire. This one makes you go faster. I don't anymore. Yeah. I used to be the same way about Overwatch, and then I just stopped playing Overwatch altogether. I don't think any of my friends play Overwatch anymore, just because we all kind of... I think we all quietly decided that the Roadhog nerf was too much. Huh. That appears to be a liver in a can. I'm curious to see what the museum has to say about that once I get back there. Oh yeah, Overwatch did become free recently because they're moving on to the same game but again with Overwatch 2. That's the thing, Overwatch never felt like, for me at least, it was in a state where it was like I could never rely on Overwatch to be fun, if that makes sense. Like, I would always wait for the next patch that was going to screw over my character. Like, especially, again, after the Roadhog nerf. But then every subsequent patch after that, I was just waiting for the patch that was going to show up where it would be like, oh, we've reduced the healing of Lucio by 9,000% because fuck you. And we've increased the damage of Bastion because fuck you. And Torbjorn now has no toes. We cut him off. And so, you know, there were moments that I enjoyed Overwatch, but there was always this sort of like nagging part of me whenever I was playing Overwatch that was just worried that next patch was going to be the one that killed my character of choice. And that never went away the entire time I was playing. I tried. Oh my god, I tried, I promise you. I tried about as hard as a person can try to keep using Roadhog after they did my boy dirty like that, but I just didn't enjoy him anymore. I found him very hard to play as the like weird tank they wanted to make. Karu, that seems unhealthy. Doom is in pollen, huh? Yeah, I enjoyed Roadhog too, but then they like... I think it was the armor patch that really made me stop playing Overwatch because they changed how armor worked, and then all of a sudden, basically the only viable tank became D.Va. If you wanted to tank in a game, you had to play D.Va, or else you were literally feeding the enemy team ultimate, because damaging health gave like an increased amount of ult. And so the only tank that anyone wanted was D.Va, and if you didn't play D.Va, you were a feeder, and you were a bad person, and you should disconnect from the game. And that sucked. Can I open this door? Yes. Okay, I do have a key. That's what that key's for. See, I was never able to learn how to tell the team to deal with it because and this is gonna sound like a joke, I promise it's not. I would get vote kicked from games. Like, like, not because I was being toxic, but like, somehow I would always end up being the one who was vote kicked when I was just like, no, I want to play this tank, leave me alone. And that just made me so sad that I just eventually just started being a bitch about it, basically. Maybe I should start doing some TF2 sometimes, you know? I do chill out streams sometimes that are just, you know, games that don't have a story element to them, so I could revisit TF2. Yeah. No, I understand that one too. Problem is, back when I was around the family that made me angry enough to do that, they would also like get mad at me if I was loud. So I couldn't just like, you know, be loud and tell people to go fuck themselves. Now that I'm an adult, I know all sorts of swears that I can say at people. Yeah, of course. Can I have some, Oh, I don't even need some pollen. I'll take the artifact. That works. Thanks. That ring is also DNA themed. I'm beginning to see a theme in a lot of Arden's artifacts, if I'm being honest. I guess you'd kind of have to be weirdly obsessed with DNA in order to be like, yeah, I should genetic engineer intelligent bugs. It's not a bad idea, it's just that I think there's other things you could probably do with your time as well. Yeah, well, you know, it happens to everyone. I just get anxious when I play competitive games, like I mentioned. Like, even when there's nobody judging me, like, I feel like someone's gonna, like, come into my house and tell me, like, I'm a dumb idiot who's playing video games bad. I don't even live in a house. I live on an ambiguous platform in the void. On the bright side, though, the Pokemon MOBA is surprisingly playable, even if you, like, get really anxious around competitive games. So I've just substituted my my old League of Legends addiction from way back in the day with just playing that every so often when I want to, you know, win or what have you. All right. Got the boat. What was the point of powering on the washing machine? Is like, can I interact with the dial? There's a rope right here. Doesn't look like it. Not quite sure what the point of opening the washing machine was there. I've been streaming kind of inconsistently lately. I typically stream around 6 p.m. Pacific or around 4 a.m. Pacific, depending on the day. Just because I actually, when I'm not streaming, generally am up in the evenings for personal reasons. Though my stream schedule has been kind of inconsistent lately, just because I haven't been streaming terribly often lately. Alright. We've pleased most of the organizers. What are you still upset about?
Yeah.
Right, the bubbles. The bubbulous bath. Maybe there'll be an artifact up there that we can, like, stick in the washing machine or something. Well, I'll always appreciate the viewership. You know, I hate to sound like one of those streamers who cares only about numbers, but I do have to eventually make followers somehow, make a affiliate somehow. Plus, it just helps to have someone to talk to, especially because, you know, some days I do have a stream partner that shows up for some streams, some days I don't. Today is one of the days that I don't. I always felt kind of, like, confused by streamers, like... I understand streamers who ignore their chat entirely because their chat moves really quickly. Like, the fact that Germa doesn't read every single chat message doesn't really surprise me. Or like Vinesauce, you know, that doesn't really shock me that they don't read every single message that crosses their chat. But like, there's some streamers that I see, like they have 20 or 30 viewers, and like they have weirdly restrictive rules about chatting. It's like, yeah, no coming into my chat and using the emote. Like no using the emote function where like you type /me and it makes it look like your username is doing an action. And I have to wonder, like, what happened in the past of that stream that they have to make it a specific rule that you're not allowed to do roleplay chat in the stream chat? Because, I mean... I've played a Dungeons and Dragons. I've roleplayed a healthy amount, just as much as anyone else. I can't imagine roleplaying badly enough in a Twitch chat to annoy the streamer. So I would love to know what happened there. Don't think I can get up there at all. Yeah. I don't know, maybe the bubble bath will produce a way that I can get up. Yeah, just throw that down there. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have those rules. Like, you know, everyone has their different rules for their different stream, but, like, you know, you have people staging anime fights in the chat? I guess the silverfish are too stupid to hold a grudge. Hey, crusty old guy, come have some fun for a change, they say. The nicest thing they've ever said to Party Poopa. I'm not gonna say this is a rule, but if people start like role-playing anime fights in my chat, I wholly encourage you to just start like pretending that there is an armory full of guns, you know? I as a VTuber have placed just a whole bunch of guns in my chat, and if any role players come in, you can pick up the guns and start firing them at the role players to keep yourself safe. Yeah, my brains and your skills. Well phrased, my friend. I love, like, the phrase "with my brains and your brawn." Like back in the day, my brains and your brawn used to just be an unironic, like, oh yeah, we're gonna work together well sort of thing. But now it's like kind of an own. So people are like, with my brains and your good personality. It's like, it's funny that the idiom has evolved to the point where like it's now kind of an insult instead of a compliment. Why, Mylodane, with my brain and your ability to take incredible blows to the head without losing any IQ points. Yeah, with my brains and your half-eaten banana, we could make a whole banana. Bring it here, quickly. I have an idea. Actually, no, you can't even plant bananas. That's not gonna work. Alright. I think we're missing an artifact from the Museum of Ardwin, but I'm not sure where those artifacts would actually end up being. You know, it's weird that I just think of this out of nowhere, but I still remember my favorite joke from the Ghostbusters cartoon, where in the original film, like, Egon was always eating Twinkies and like, chocolate bars and Twix and shit. And then they later made it canon that the reason he does that is because his parents literally only fed him brain food in an attempt to make him smarter. So, like, as an adult, he only ever ate absolute fucking garbage for him, just because he was never allowed to as a kid, which I think is a very funny character detail for your nerd character to have. And I'm glad that, like, as someone who was a nerd as a kid, like, my parents didn't try and, like, you know, make me better at fucking math by feeding me salmon, you know? Because I was awful at basically every subject after a certain point in school, because I have ADHD, and my brain stopped working so good. Wait, there's a shorter way back, I think, in the party room, right? But my brain stopped working so good after a certain point, and so, you know, if they wanted to, I guess they could have tried to force me to eat, like, fried ham and shit. Omega-3 fatty acids, all that garbage. Oh, there's stuff in here. I would have missed this if I had gone down that toilet. Oof, hit on the head with a whiteboard, that's no fun. Weirdly enough, I also knew a kid who was permanently changed by an injury when they were young. His voice was 2 octaves too deep because he apparently got hit in the throat when he was very small. But the only lasting damage it did was that it made him sound like a commercial narrator. I pretty constantly fell asleep in class too, though. I actually got, like, stood up in front of a class once and berated for, like, 10 minutes by, like, an older gentleman at school once because I forgot to do homework where I had to, like, read an economic news story and then, like, talk about what implications it had on the greater world. And so he just stood me up and he gave me the weirdest dressing down I have ever received. Where he basically just stood there and he was like, why did you not do this thing? You knew you had to do this thing. Why did you not do this thing? And my only answer was just like, I don't know. I just didn't. I forgot. And that made him just profoundly angry? Yeah, it's definitely, it was really easy when I was young to just kind of check out during conversations or check out during class, and then I would come to like 10 minutes later and it's like, oh, I was supposed to be taking notes. Well, it's a good thing that I've already read this part of the chapter. I think the funniest thing that would kind of happen was basically like, I would start thinking about something that I wanted to do later. And then I would start spacing out, thinking about the thing I wanted to do later. And then I would have a moment where I'd stop and go, oh, no, I can't space out, thinking about, you know, for instance, I'm thinking about streaming. Like, I can't space out thinking about streaming because streaming is very complicated. And when I get home later, I'm going to have to stream. So I have to focus now on class, because if I focus on streaming, and then I will, like, describe the act of streaming to myself in my head. And then 45 seconds later, I realize that I haven't been paying attention. While I've been talking myself out of how I need to pay attention. Or I guess talking myself into how I have to pay attention. I hope this gets us the artifact, whatever it is. Yeah, I know that too. I'd start leaning on a hand and it's just like, alright, I can't fall asleep. No matter what I do, I can't fall asleep. It's gonna feel so comfortable and warm in here and I can't fall asleep. I definitely can't fall asleep and wake up at the end of class like I did just now. What? Oh, fuck. I fell asleep. Like, I remember when I was younger, I read a Tom Clancy book that was a novelization of one of the Splinter Cell books. It's the weirdest thing. They mentioned in this novelization of a Splinter Cell book that Sam Fisher could apparently just make himself go to sleep. Like, he would just sit there and think, it is time to go to sleep. And then he would just go to sleep somehow. And I always remembered being intensely envious of that as a power. Like, if I would know exactly when I would fall asleep, and more specifically, if I could keep myself from falling asleep unless I willed it, you know? You're welcome. I've cleaned your teddy. Is it an artifact? Oh. Another ring. Huh. An Ouroboros ring and a DNA ring. I'm beginning to wonder, like... Yeah, that's the thing. Like, all of the rings are you know, normal human size, but also we found a spear that was us size that was apparently Arden's weapon of choice. So like, I hope we don't find another small man who attacks us. You know, I was gonna say that this might have been, like, meant to be a helmet, but now that I look at it, now that I've learned that apparently Ardwin was small enough to use that tiny spear, like, maybe this is meant to be a rocket ship for a small person? Because they definitely taped those scissors above the door for no real reason that I can see. I'm very excited to see this machine do whatever it's supposed to do when it's done. Yeah, T-infuser and what looks like a game control stick if I've ever seen one. Oh, that's a nice detail. You get different, I think these different jars fill up. Yeah. Oh, Okay, so we actually get little rundowns on the different vintages of nectar. Huh. Menthol and verbena. That sounds pretty good. Like nice mint lemongrass, like, oh, oh, now I'm thirsty. What's its final rondo? What does it taste like in that final rondo? The Balinese. Pollen of such high humidity. Some amateurs call it sour or bitter or acrid. However, those are subjective remarks. You know, some people think it's shit. Some people think it's fucking disgusting. Some people fucking hate it. But what you can't argue with is how $2 it tastes. I can't honestly fault his logic there. I also enjoy a very $2 whiskey. Because at least that's honest about what it is. Huh? Okay, so this museum seems to have a relatively more grounded view on Ardwin. He just mentioned that Ardwin is immortal. Is he immortal because he's he's living human years to insects? Am I gonna find a 90-year-old man the size of Milodane at the end of this journey? Holy shit. Oh my god. They said the word, everyone. They said the word. Among Us. The Ring of New Beginning. Huh. That's a snake. I think it'd be interesting. I think it's a little bit interesting that, like, he doesn't necessarily remark on the cyclical nature of the Ouroboros. Like, he sort of remarks that ends have to have beginnings, and it's sort of like a contrasting message, which is interesting. So I guess the Ouroboros isn't really a universal symbol, especially if you don't know what the hell a snake is. That all said, we cleared out 2 areas so far, and we're at about the 2-hour mark, just because I try not to stream for more than 2 hours, because it has a tendency to blast my throat out when I do. So I think we're probably gonna wrap up stream there, actually. Yeah. No, we're almost exactly at 4 hours of expedition time. I'm hoping that, yeah, it looks like there's just gonna be 2 more areas, yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you for the follow, and thank you for keeping me company and chatting. And it's a little weird that this game says exit to Windows when I'm running Linux, but, you know, we can't fault them for that, I suppose. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and, yeah, don't get snowed on. Yeah, because it's snowing near where I am. Don't get snowed on if it's snowing where you are. Have a good one.